Hey, Queen, do you really like, to have a profound connection with the guy you're dating? Like, do you love talking for hours? Do you have a really bubbly personality and you love bonding through chatting? Well, if that's been you, then this video is for you. Have you ever heard that that talk too much don't have as much success in dating? Well, that is true. And today I want to kind of explain to you a couple of basics in that regard. So, part of it. So, when you are dating someone and, you know, you talk a lot, not only do you run the risk of oversharing and revealing too much of yourself, you are removing a lot of the mystery, removing a lot of the mystery that is to you and that will allow for space for him to be drawn to you. Yeah. So a lot of times you will wonder, why is it that you're not developing a connection? It is because men, even if you had a wonderful conversation, because like how many times did you not go on a date where you were like, oh my God, we had the best conversation ever? And, like to you, it felt like a great connection because you had a great conversation. Well, for men, the whole thing about talking doesn't work like that. Okay. So, the only thing that I can tell you right now is that if you love to talk, recommendation is that you dial it down and that you allow him to do the talking. Okay. And allow for space for him to fill in the space, right? The blank space. This allows him to step into the masculine role instead of you being it by initiating all the topic and trying to fill in that silence. Okay. But this is exactly like communication between men and women. And I don't mean it in like the superficial way. I mean it in like the most profound way where you can actually send a message that he understands. That is literally what we cover really, really extensively in my courtship for marriage course, my rotational dating course. It's kind of an extensive topic to talk about in YouTube. Like, there's just so much to it. And I really cover it there, like what exactly to say in every single date, what not to say, which is huge. The topic of discretion is massive. Like every single one of my clients that I, do one-on-one, has this huge aha moment where they're like, oh, yeah, no, I overshared, right? And because a lot of times you're thinking that you're being vulnerable and you're trying to connect, but this is the thing that men and women have completely different languages. And yeah, in the Venus Incarnate course, it's a whole transformation, right? It's not just, like a couple hours course. It's like over 60 hours worth of lessons, right? 75 plus lessons that are about embodiment, but there's a huge portion of the human nature because without understanding human nature, you're going to run into issue after issue, right? Um, so yeah, communication between men and women is something we really expand on, and it's about, you know, women who talk too much. If you have this tendency, I think all of us have made this mistake at one point in time, right? Yeah, I remember back in the day when I was, I don't know, like 19, maybe, right? but a long time ago. But if you've ever, felt like you had this great conversation, like, which to you, as a woman, it feels like a great connection, right? And a lot of times, a lot of my clients come and say, you know what? I'm looking for a connection. And to you, a connection is we had this amazing talk and we could talk for hours. Kind of like the way you talk with your best friends, right? You can talk for hours and you just feel like your cup is full and just connected and so on and so forth. But with men, it's nothing like that. Nothing like that. I mean, there's always an element of friendship when you are with someone. Like, in fact, with my husband, I'm gonna say, yeah, he's my best friend. And we have a huge friendship. But there's other things that need to come in play kind of first for it to turn into, romantic love rather than just friendship, right? So if you're interested in this whole topic more in depth, like, and you're serious about getting married this year, and not just married, like to a divine union, like where he adores you type marriage, because that's what I teach in this channel. I don't teach you to, oh, let's just get married for the sake of it. No, like we don't care about that here. It's for women who want more and get more, right? Adoration, the man who chases him nonstop. That's exactly what we teach here. Every single thing is geared towards that, not like partnership or whatever that is. Um, yeah, of course, there's always an element of that in every relationship, but it's not what we want. The women here in this channel, the women here in this channel, they want to be adored. And by the way, of course, my masterclass is out, the Adored Masterclass, where we talk about what kind of relationship is the type of relationship that will yield, and evoke adoration, and what are the embodiments and energy of a woman who is adored. So anyway, topic of connection and the topic of communication and all of that between men and women is like not what especially in terms of connection. So if you're interested in that, the Venus Incarnate course really covers that in depth. It's like my masterpiece in terms of like it's really detailed. It covers everything. So let me know, Queen, if you ever thought, we went on a date and it was phenomenal. We talked for hours, like you felt this massive connection because it was great conversation, but it never panned out. So let me know if you bumped into this in the comments and let's break it down. And that's exactly what we cover. So I'll see you on the next, alrighty? Bye.